Hello, good morning, and welcome to the latest podcast. My name's Ian, and this is a podcast to do with my book, or in relation to my book, Living with Mitochondria Against All Odds. How's everyone doing out there? I'm gonna talk to you today, maybe over two, maybe over three podcasts. Let's see how it goes. About comedy, Edinburgh, and triathlon. The reason it may take over three is because I may go over a backstory of I went to Edinburgh to the Fringe Festival. I went last year with a good friend that I've known for about 10 years. We did a show in Sheffield back in 2013 called Stand Up If You Dare. It was mainly for novice comics. Well, I was still a novice. I'd done a few shows, but I was still a novice. And then over the years, he's come and helped me with various charity events, and we've done open mic things in York, and he's just been for a beer, or we've been for had a barbecue at mine and stuff over the years. So I asked him if he'd come to Edinburgh last year with us, which he did do, and we did the same this August, and yeah, it was really good. We got up to Edinburgh. I had booked a student hall of residence from one of the universities. It was all last year. There was bed and breakfast involved. This year it was just bed. So it was fully self-catering. On the way up, we stopped at a travel lodge, as we did last year. Excuse me. And yeah, we had a carvery and then stopped over. And yeah, and then on the I've stopped because right, yeah, and then I'm still here, by the way. Hello, yeah, and then we went up to Edinburgh after staying in Newcastle for the night, and unfortunately the digs, there was roadworks round where we were staying, so it took ages to get into the place. We had a gig fairly straight after, Clive Anderson, which unfortunately we didn't get to see because our next gig was about half an hour after, and I thought I'd rather go and see Frankie Boyle than just see Clive Anderson. So we went to see Frankie Boyle, and that was really good. Every night after the gig, every night on the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, Mick insisted on cooking. So when we got back to the digs, Mick would start cooking, which was great, don't get me wrong, but I was always really, really tired. Last year, after breakfast, we often had a chill out for a couple of hours, and I'd go back and have a rest. This time, I didn't get that much of a chance to have a rest after our breakfast. So it was all really, really good. And yeah, on the second day, we saw Josh Pugh and Frank Skinner. Josh Pugh was a bit awkward because I'd been in a wheelchair. I had to get out of my wheelchair, go down some steps, and then they brought the wheelchair down. But the staff were really good, and my friend was really good. And then on the third day was Nabil. No, that was on the fourth day. On the third day was Glenn Moore and Mark Watson. Glenn Moore we'd seen last year. It was actually the same show, but it was really good last year, so we thought we'd see it again. And then on the last day was Nabil, Rashid, and Ed Byrne. And as you can probably hear, I've got a bit of a cold. Unfortunately, I have COVID, which I picked up either at the Fringe or at the Superhero Try, which I will talk about in my next podcast this morning. So yeah, it went really well, and it was a really good week away, and the taxi drivers, we got taxis most of the time on an afternoon there and coming back later on. The taxi drivers were all really, really good and really helpful. But yeah, so listen out for my next podcast. Let me finish by saying, on the Friday, my friend saw me to the train station, and again, the railway assistance was really good. He saw me to my train, and yeah, it was all really good. Anyway, please listen out for my next podcast, which I will be doing very shortly, and I'll speak to you then. Anyway, goodbye.